You're watching part 7 of the Rapid Developer walkthrough. If you haven't seen part 1, click here. If you're completely new to Mendix, check out the link in the description to create a Mendix account. Before data can be added or changed, the app needs to be able to validate if the data or situation is acceptable. Here are some validation rules we will add. We can add validation rules to the domain model, to microflows, and to pages, depending on how global you want your rules to apply in the app. If a user attempts to get away with providing invalid data in the app, then we can make pop-up error messages or error messages under page widgets. If the validation rule is added to a microflow, then the error message would appear in the error log. We will add some validation rules to the domain model now. Double-click on a course entity and go to the Validation Rules tab. Set validation rules for each attribute. Keep going until you've added all of these validation rules. The green checks mean there is at least one validation check for this attribute. So our app creates properly structured new objects. Now it's time to make sure that the page in our app only accepts properly structured new user input. Right-click on Save and select Edit on Click Action. Let's create a new microflow and attach it to the Save button. Since this is part of the Save button, let's set up the Save activities first. Let's add some validation checks. In our new microflow expressions, we want the page to identify if the user left any field blank. We will add 4 decisions total because we need for validation error messages. Now it's time to add validation feedback messages. The variable is the object you are validating. The member is the input widget you want the validation message to appear underneath, and the template is the message that will be shown to the user. Let's create feedback messages for each validation rule. If any one of the decisions is false, then the microflow is forced to stop prematurely. The next goal is to make the false branches flow into the next activity. Add a merge after each decision. Delete the end event red dots. And drag an arrow from the feedback message to the next merge. It's time for the rest of them. We can't commit invalid data, so we will use a flag to signal an error. A flag is a Boolean variable. If any item is left blank, then the flag will equal false. Remember, the Mendix Assist logic bot can help you work faster. Copy and paste an activity to be even faster. If any part of the training event form is left blank, The variable we just made will turn false and flag the last decision. This way, the microflow will not commit invalid data. Now let's test our new Save button.
If you want to see more walkthroughs like this, then subscribe now.
Our next task is to add a delete button for training events. You can get a delete button from the toolbox on the right-hand side. Let's make it a small red button. We want to stay on the same page after deleting the training event, so make sure to set that up. We want training events to be deleted only when there aren't any registrations connected to them yet. Go to the domain model to set this up. Double-click on the association and set up the delete settings. You may notice a blue outline around the association, which means it has a prevention of delete applied to it. Let's log our progress. If trainees get deleted from the system, we want all their training event registrations to get deleted. This is so teachers always have an accurate head count of the trainees attending their training event. Add a delete button to the trainee overview page. Go to the domain model. Click on the Registration Trainee Association and select the Delete Objects as Well option. The red outline indicates a cascading delete has been applied to the association. We need to test our progress so far. All our changes work. Alright, it's time to commit our progress.